Boys, ladies, lads, good morning, good evening, and good night. We have another episode of Layer 1 Live. Look, we made it. We made it. This is the end of the road here. We made it into Mark Cuban's wallet. The shitcoins of Mark Cuban. And what do I have down here? What do I have right here? I'm almost touching it. Just a little bit. Just a little bit more. We made it. We're famous. We are going to continue to absolutely kill it, and Mark Cuban is going to join the ride. That's what's going on today, ladies and gents. Layer 1 Live, taking you around the industry. Happy to have you in today. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. Coinbase is getting set for its IPO. We have some alien world. I saw a TLM to the moon comment there in the chat. Definitely a good day, a good week, a good month. For those of you that hold TLM, shout out to the alien worlds guys. We've had them on the channel multiple times, and they are great. So shout out to the success there. But guys, we are officially a shitcoin of Mark Cuban. And I got to tell you, I couldn't be happier, couldn't be prouder to be here with you guys today. Shout out to all the lads. We have a great week popping up in Lad City. Got you the schedule right here. We had to make some last minute adjustments to this schedule here. I had a couple Buffaloes call me in the office. Upset. Customer support. That's what I'm here for, though. We push updates like crazy. It was changed in just a second. So I've got the schedule here for Lad City. Layer 1 Live, obviously coming at you today. Layer 1 podcast, hopefully coming live to you tomorrow. That is the hope. That's what we want to do. We want to get that series off the ground there. It's one of our oldest series. Just with everything going on, we've needed to focus a lot of our bandwidth here and there. So NFT Live is going to be on Wednesday. Easy Street looking beautiful there on the Thursday. I think that one looks nice. Lad City Radio, NFT Arcade, open, the open part of Lad's Poker. And NFT Live, also on Friday. But again, we made some last minute adjustments. Had to get Lad City Radio in there. And then we have the Lad series of poker on Saturday. So all the times there for UTC. That is the standard time for Lad City. It's going to be a great week. Shout out to everybody in the house. Do you hear an echo? Is there an echo? Let me know if you hear that echo, and I can adjust that, but it shouldn't be coming through like that. Q Dodgers in poker. Listen, I had a tough weekend. I wanted to see some other winners in Lad City, if you will. So this is, again, the schedule for the week. There are a couple more things on Friday, obviously, but we just can't fit it all. It's too much. But we will get started. Again, happy Monday to everybody. What a time to be alive in crypto, man. What a time to be alive at all. But remember these days in crypto. Remember these days because there will be a time. I don't know. I don't know when that time is. Super cycle truthers will tell you it's never going to come. But there will likely be a time where we won't have what we're having today. All the positive news. All the growth. All the price action. Remember these days, man. All right. So, episode preview for today. Shout out to Mark Cuban one last time. They tracked Mark Cuban's wallet. He owns LADZ along with a myriad of other tokens, 40 to be exact. We were mentioned in this article. Love it. But here's what we got. We have some breaking news from Grayscale and Time Magazine. I'll get to that here in a second. Binance, hard to find somebody that's won more than CZ. Even Brian Armstrong might not have the what CZ's got right now when it comes to equity, just the entire GDP that is CZ himself. So we got a lot of Binance news. TLM is launching on Binance as well. So the TLM owners, Alien Worlds owners, are happy about that. Telegram, in its long-running way to IPO or ICO, I know that got canceled back in the day, but they are scheduling an IPO hopefully in the next 2 years. That's what they're saying. I don't want to talk about XRP, but I'm going to have to. MicroStrategy doing some more things. A lot of people getting paid out in BTC. Big news out of the NFT industry. We got some wax announcements, as well as Alien Worlds, as I touched on. We're going to hit that pretty heavy. And then we have a Chainmonsters. Apparently, there's a delay with Chainmonsters. That RPG Pokemon-esque game on Flow that was set to go on alpha, I believe, in the next 2 days. I think there's going to be a little bit of a delay. And then we're going to hit DeFi. DEXs are seeing a good pop. Uniswap's doing really well. PancakeSwap's doing phenomenally. Neptune DAO is one I want to touch on. And then we're just going to hit Coinbase. I don't even know why I have Coinbase in the DeFi section, but I do. So deal with it. Okay. We are just getting started here. Shout out to the 31 of you that are in the chat today. Let me go through some of these comments really quick, just to give a couple quick shout outs to the first. Flint Savage is first. OVOT. Easy's in the house, always near the top. Hash, Ballas, Marty McFly's in for 13 times in a row. Apex, Beetlejuice, Tigbo, Bullseye, the man, the myth, the legend, Buffalo, Asmodai saying regional time of day to everyone. And I got some new faces I see in the house here. Inu. Long hair. Want to give a quick shout out to Choina. Shout out to XPlow hosting that poker night. Shout out to all the new Guardians from poker night. A bunch of people bought that Guardian role to be participating in the LADZ series of poker. We'll get you guys more information there as we go forward, but AdsCan2 is there as well. So, guys, packed episode today. I'm going to take us through pretty much everything that's happening in crypto, but if you have anything maybe I didn't touch on, just drop it in the chat. You know what it's about. So, all right, quickly. We have the Forefront token airdrop that's been around in LADZ City. Obviously, that group over at Forefront is pretty much making a social token curated website, right? So they provide you with the market data. Maybe I can pull that up so you guys can reference it. These guys launched a token, and if you hold LADZ, you get this drop. So I don't know if you haven't got it yet. I'm not really sure what you're waiting on. But for those of you that held LADZ only in Roll and not in MetaMask, which is the snapshot they took, I'm going to be putting out an application so that you guys can possibly participate in this Forefront token airdrop. Again, they took a snapshot of MetaMask addresses to drop the Forefront token. So they provide a lot of good stories. Again, I showed you the markets there. A lot of good resources. Use their newsletter there to keep up with all the social token news in that growing industry. But that is going to happen here in the next couple days. I'm going to drop that application. The other application, we did have 2 proposals get passed in LADZ. So we are upping that threshold for Season 1. And we're going to be doing an airdrop to each role. If you hold Recruit, Guardian, Noble, Miner, you are getting those extra LADZ airdrop to you. But we have to put together a application there. It's going to be in a Google form. You're going to have to fill out your role username, and we're going to use that application, that Google form, to send out all the LADZ. If you don't fill out that application, we are raising that threshold, and if you didn't get the 250 or you don't have another way to get that 250, you may fall under that threshold once it's raised. So those are the 2 Google forms you will see in LADZ City. We have a Crypto Finny giveaway to be doing during this week. You'll hear about it on NFT Live. That project is Crypto Writer, and they're dropping Finny coins to us. They already did, actually. So going to get that to you guys this week. And then finally, we're ending up with the Drippies sale. So we have the Drippies announcement that hit LADZ City. Let's see if I can't find it for you guys. So again, we are working with Drippies. Man, I wish... Stick with me, fellas and ladies. All right, we made this announcement yesterday. So we have the Drippies portion here. This is just obviously unboxed and only half of the Drippy, but you can see there, that's a portion of our collab with Drippies. That is being released on Friday, so we're going to run some marketing for that. I believe right now we're talking with Florian, only going to be 20 to 30 that are going to be dropped. Usually Florian only drops 20. There's a lot of people, including myself, who are going to be buying a Drippy, so we might increase that threshold. We're going to have a bunch of utility that goes along with that, right? One of the boxes is going to hold 1,000 LADs, so you essentially might even get your money back. And we're working on different utilities there with Florian as well. So you might have a Drippies in LADZ City named after you if you win one. There's a lot of things we're working on. Announcement is coming Friday. We're planning on getting that information out to you, like I said, on Wednesday. So that's what's happening in the city. All-time high is going to be 116. If we hit 116, everybody's getting extra LADs. Please leave a like and leave a subscribe if it's your first time here. This is LADZ City. We are bringing you all of the news from across the industry. We've got a bunch of different shows on the network. Awesome people. Building one of the best communities in crypto. So, awesome. I think we're ready to go on the episode here. 41 of you guys in the house today. Love that you guys are getting here early. So, this just came across my desk. The man, the myth, Anthony Pompliano here. Grayscale has entered into an agreement with Time Magazine on a new video series about crypto. The catch, Time will be paid in Bitcoin and has committed to keeping the Bitcoin on their balance sheet. This is big. I don't know how big, but it's something, right? You have another larger company putting Bitcoin on the balance sheet. There were some interesting comments here, electrifying comments, if you will, about how this is almost paid advertisement. Looks like Time is being paid in BTC to talk about BTC. So there are some comments down here that are saying super impartial, this is paid advertisement, but in general, really cool to see that Time's getting involved. They ran a couple series, I believe, a month ago that was talking about, is fiat dead? So there seems to be some movement within Time Magazine. Shout out to Pomp. That dropped right before the episode started, so wanted to get that involved. I don't know how to talk about Binance and CZ. I've already shilled them enough. I'm going to capitulate into the Binance ecosystem at any time. But they are launching Tesla stock tokens. And I'm really hoping that Decrypt has a link out to the actual announcement. Perfect. So what's happening here, guys, is they are launching. You heard it. You heard it here first. Or on Decrypt. They're launching spot purchasing of Binance or of Tesla stock. So people are going to be able to, if you're in the Binance ecosystem, start to trade traditional equities. So a little bit of a announcement here from Binance. Going to be collateralized in BUSD. Zero commissions, tradable stock tokens allowing users to trade fractional stocks. Holders of stock tokens qualify for economic returns on the underlying shares, including potential dividends. Binance will continue to respond to market demand by listing more stock tokens and features. Trading of stock tokens will follow traditional exchange hours. Not available to residents in mainland China, Turkey, and other restricted jurisdictions. This is an interesting play by CZ here. By all accounts, they're one of the biggest winners in the entire crypto space since the last 4 years, since they launched Binance in 2017. Up to $580. Shout out to the BNB holders. And what I'm getting at here is, why put yourself in the crosshairs of the SEC by launching stock tokens? We've already seen that be launched on Synthetics. There's a couple other platforms that are basically allowing you to trade stock derivatives, meaning you can trade traditional equities in token form. But synthetics has gone a long way and Kane has gone a long way in trying to decentralize the platform, the protocol. So Binance hasn't done that. Their centralized exchange, CZ, is there. And you have the ability now to buy traditional equities on Binance's exchange. That's going to put you in direct competition, not with the SEC, but that's going to get you in their crosshairs a little bit more. So, rightfully so, everybody's coming through and saying, BNB, I love my BNB bags. Biggest winners. Name me a bigger winner since 2017. I actually have a quote from Masari, or Ryan Selkis from Masari as well. Let's see if we can't go up here, find it. Biggest takeaway from Coinbase's IPO week is that it took 4 years for CZ Binance to build a $100 billion company. So you can see that pretty large increase there from $37 all the way up to $583. Ryan's getting a little bullied here in the chat. And he's not selling. He's not selling. Not for sale. So there's a little bit more we're going to get on Binance here as far as it's related to their price. I know TLM is on their launchpad here shortly. That's happening in the next 12 hours, by the way. So CZ's winning, man. We're going to talk about PancakeSwap as well, but it almost seems unnecessary to me to launch these stock tokens. I know that provides a little bit more, from a feature standpoint, that is providing a little bit more utility there for users. Just utility of the platform itself. Holy shit, I can move from trading BTC, I can move from trading PancakeSwap to Tesla in 2 seconds. That's awesome. But it seems like a little bit of a risk to start this for Binance, but I'm sure they have the money to compete, and they have the money for those lawyers. So, when LADZ on Binance? I don't know. Asking the wrong guy. All right, I'm going to go back to some of these comments as we continue to move with this Binance story. Small Town Cowboys in the house. He's building an absolute city. And when I say city, I mean metropolis in that Uplift world. We're going to have a lot of cool metaverse events, meetups, NFTs that come along with having all of these LADZ cities in various metaverses. So it's going to be awesome. Easy in Crypto saying, oh man, I need a drippy so bad. I do too. That's why we're talking with Florian about raising that, because from the team alone, I think we're purchasing an individual piece for each of the team. So Expo saying we hit 116. Q is going to have drinks on the house. If we hit 116, I might. I'm definitely dropping the link mid-episode if we hit 116. I'll tell you that, the rewards. Loadmaster is in the house. What to do with TLM? Loadmaster called me this morning and said he had a problem. His problem was a good problem. It wasn't a problem, actually. It was a very big win. So thanks Loadmaster for getting me all worried. I'm not gonna dox you here. Ryan Dunningham is saying, what are your thoughts on the TLM release? We'll get into that. We're moving our way towards TLM. Talking a little bit about Binance here. Ronan the Collector in the house. TLM thing is so interesting. The gamification of life is so interesting. And we have a couple more comments, but we will go on. Guys, keep that chat moving. I love to see a full chat. You guys do an absolutely phenomenal job there. I'm going to try to find the actual Tesla stock article there, But we do see a little bit of action on BNB's token, right? Rose to about 610. I think that was the peak on April 12th. That is today. A little bit of this is the exchange tokens are all pumping, regardless of DeFi, CeFi. We are in the midst of a bull market, I can tell you that. So a lot of the volume here is coming into these exchanges, and a lot of these tokens are pumping. Uniswap up 30% on the day. Binance obviously up big. Sushi's up. Tron's up. Why is Tron up? OKX is up. So DeFi is making a little bit of a comeback here. Exchange tokens are making a little bit of a comeback, and Binance is seeing a little bit of that play. It's hard to actually figure out where to start when you talk about Coinbase's or Binance's ecosystem. You got PancakeSwap, you've got the Binance Smart Chain, you've got just incredible growth. So a lot of this, again, related to the overall movement in exchanges, whether that's DEX or CeFi, but we see PancakeSwap overtaking even Coinbase Pro on volume. So, big stuff from BNB here. Big stuff from Binance. CZ is going to continue to win. We see that TLM launchpad here in the next couple days, or within the next 12 hours. Really, really wanted to find that article for you guys. I'll try to find that, guys, and see if we can't. Oh, we'll touch on you. Alien Worlds is giving me a little bit of a hint here. There was an article related to this Tesla stock. Here we go. Let's see if we can't. Here we go. Okay. This is the big news, and it's broken down very clearly. Binance does a great job of explaining in very clear and precise research reports what's going on here. So the big points they're talking about here: liquidity, flexibility, access to traditional stocks, potential dividend stock splits. So, big move here with the liquidity, big move with flexibility. It looks like we are making it possible for users to trade fractions of a unit of publicly tradable equity, turning them into even more affordable units that have lower barriers of entry. I mean, the big news here is they're going out of their way to create a really easy to use way to trade traditional equities, where people normally right now, retail investors are going to Robinhood and some of these other apps to trade traditional equities. Come into Binance. Trade some shit coins while you're at it. Okay. We're going to continue to talk on Binance, like I said, but shout out to that ecosystem, man. Whoever's participating in that, you can't hold back any longer. It's too obvious that there are things going on in the Binance ecosystem, in that BSC, that you might as well take the jump. First quarter of 2021, Binance records 346% growth, 206% growth in total trading volume. So, we'll continue to monitor this. It does put them in the sights of the SEC, though, in my opinion. So, continue to monitor that story. All right, we are into quick news. And when I say quick, I'm going to make it quick. Devin Prince says, hey, lads. Carrots is in the house. Hey, lads. X-Plow. Thank you, Ronan. Much love. Quick piece from PancakeSwap here that just came across my desk before we get into quick news. It looks like there's going to be some earning of TLM on PancakeSwap as well. That broke kind of just before the episode started, so I wanted to get to that to you guys. We'll get to it later once we make our way into NFTs and we talk everything Alien Worlds. And I know some of you guys were waiting for that Alien Worlds commentary, so we'll get to that here shortly. All right, I'm going to fly through quick news here. Telegram plans IPO. Telegram's reportedly planning to go public in the next 2 years. Valuation of 30 to 50 billion. These IPOs are a little ridiculous. They're saying Coinbase is going to come out at $100 billion price or market cap. Apologies. IPO, Telegram considering IPO, 30 to 50 billion dollars. For reference, and I think I could pull up that tweet, I believe Google's IPO price back when it IPO'd was about 24 billion. So some of that can be attributed to inflation. A lot of people want to be commenting on this IPO, what it means for crypto, and I'd love to get your guys' opinions too. So Telegram planning on this, and you know they've had problems. We saw them try to ICO back in 2017, 2018. Bunch of big time investors had funds locked up while they were dealing with this SEC battle that Telegram basically had to go through. They returned everyone's funds. They said, no, we're not doing the ICO, but it looks like in the next 2 years, by the time of a possible IPO in 2023, it looks like we are getting a Telegram IPO. So big releases here from the tech industry. Coinbase obviously a part of that as well. FinTech. So we'll see what happens with Telegram here, whether they release on NASDAQ or the Hong Kong Stock Exchange. But big news from them. Who is trading XRP right now, man? Please. Why is this still the go-to? Why is this still the go-to? I have people commenting, sending me text saying, should I buy XRP? XRP's up 30%. Why? What fundamentally, and I know I'm in crypto right now, so I'm talking fundamentals in an irrational market sometimes, but 30% because they settled some legal drama? It went not even fully settled, by the way. So the good news for these guys is that they're winning small little court cases. Ripple's gleeful week, Decrypt writes. Today's XRP rally follows a series of good news for Ripple. AKA, the company prevented the SEC from exposing 8 years of financial records. Woo! I got a lot of fundamentals here in the chat. Apparently, XRP sounds good off the tongue, so that's why it's pumping. XLM, Stellar gets a bad rap because they're in that kind of, cross-border payments meme. Although there is a case to be made that the cross-border payments and the ability to do that with low transaction fees is a great use case, and I'm sure that I could list out the names of partners they have that are using it, big-time firms, for settlements and things like this. But XRP, 30% because they settled a small issue with the SEC. They still have a monumental task of not ending up in jail. And yet, we're up, boys. All right, Easy in Crypto is, I don't know how many times Layer 1 Live gets interrupted by an NBA Top Shot drop, but it's a fair amount. So 38 minutes, $999 pack, I believe. So demand is there. Decrease supply. Increase the price. See, and again, Xpaw was saying exactly my experience. My DGen friends who never talk crypto are bragging about Facebook on XRP or about XRP. Why? How? All right, I was in the hurricane, in the eye of the hurricane during 2017, 2018 at ICO Alert. Worked biz dev at ICO Alert. That was a great time. Shout out to all my ICO Alert guys back in the day. Don't really remember this ICO. Paragon. Doesn't really ring that much of a bell, but apparently they raised $12 million in an ICO. Got caught up with the SEC. Heavy SEC episode here, by the way. Fudding everyone. Went bust. Investors got stuck with a lot of nothing, and the SEC is paying back $175,000 in civil penalties. So raised $12 million. Investors are not going to be able to get everything back from that Paragon ICO. But at a time when there were large raises, $12 million, even on the low side, not really sure how they got themselves caught up in this. But wanted to give you guys that piece of news. MicroStrategy continues to kill it. MicroStrategy pays its board of directors in Bitcoin. I don't think there's a bigger Bitcoin stand than Michael Saylor. But this announcement comes from Decrypt. A NASDAQ-listed company said non-employee directors would receive all fees for their service in Bitcoin instead of cash. Here's a quote from that team. In improving Bitcoin as a form of compensation for board service, the board cited its commitment to Bitcoin given its ability to serve as a store of value, supported by a robust and public open source architecture. Basically, MicroStrategy and everyone who works there are huge Bitcoin chads. TLDR. Buying up BTC every dip. Their dollar cost average is, I believe, about 24,000. Good on them. Some good comments rolling through, so I'll get to those before I hit this NFT story. Devin's hitting on Doge. Doge is the other one. XRP and Doge take a inordinate amount of the chatter of noobs and plebs in the space. But, you know, Elon's shilling Doge, so it makes sense on Doge's part. Why XRP? I might pull up the BitConnect. Carlos Matos. It's a scam. No Star. You should be happy if XRP wins this case. If they lose, SEC will destroy ETH and BTC. I don't necessarily agree with that statement, just because I think XRP has done a lot. One, ETH and BTC way more decentralized than XRP. I mean, the founders of XRP continuously, and they have on record, they track these wallets, and you're able to see them continuously dump. Over and over. So the issue with XRP being a majority of the tokens are owned by the team and they continuously dump those tokens. That doesn't sound like anything the SEC can really get involved in from a legal standpoint, but that's where you have, that's just the way legalese is. You have a situation where super centralized platform marketing to plebs. Who's buying up? Who's being dumped on? The retail investor. Who's doing the dumping? The team, not other retail investors. So that's where you get kind of in that realm. And there's the point. Can also print more. But again, there's the centralized piece. That's why they're in the crosshairs. Okay, XRP SEC issues more than an American issue. Those not covered by the reach of the SEC will see major buying opportunities with a cheap XRP helping it pump, surely. Those not covered by the reach. Where does the buying opportunities with a cheap XRP helping it pump. So the sentiment that those outside of the reach of the SEC pumping more probably is true. I mean, you see that's why, decentralized exchanges, that's part of the narrative. They don't have to deal with the cumbersome regulatory approval things that go along with, setting up a centralized exchange. Technically, right? This is my thing. Like Uniswap, Hayden they could go after Hayden. They could get Hayden right now if they wanted to. So there is that narrative of, it's a decentralized exchange, but they could get Hayden. Yeah, and here's a good that is a good comment. So following up on No Aster's our comment, Crypto Chris is saying you're not wrong, but I'm sure there are regulators that are looking for any inroad to go after all of crypto, and XRP might be the start. I would. That's not a wrong statement. Definitely a good starting point. I think we're kind of coming to the conclusion here. The issue is that I just think the XRP was very blatant in what they did. Whereas I don't think a lot of the people... there's a ton of projects that are scams, don't get me wrong. We all know. You guys know. There are a ton of scam projects in crypto. They will have their day. Hopefully. But for those that are doing it right, those big projects that are doing it right, they weren't as blatant in kind of skirting the lines of regulation. So, don't even get me started on Cardano, DocuBoot. All right. We spent a lot of time talking about that, so I appreciate the comments coming through, man. I love the discussions to be had. Appreciate all of the kind of responses there. This is a questionable story here. A house in Germany is being sold as an NFT. So the NFT is worth $74,000. That's the starting price there. And it gives the buyer access to unlockable content that enables them to contact the seller or organize the formal sale. So my question here is, if you buy the NFT and it settles, so auction time ends on OpenSea, and I believe this is happening on OpenSea, and it gives you access to contact the seller, you've already transferred the funds. So this sounds like a huge rug pull. This is like one of those Persian rugs that you want to kind of stay away from. More likely than not, they're going to be able to work something out, but unless there's some type of we're touching on a lot of regulation here, but unless it's baked into the contract, but I don't know how that's baked into the contract, something that needs to take place outside the blockchain, which is the transferring of all of these documents. So, cool story, but let's see. Again, if somebody purchased the NFT, they will be able to access unlockable content that comes with it. Correct me if I'm wrong. I got all the links in the description for you guys to take a look. This is how they'll be able to contact the seller and agree to the transfer of the house. They will need to provide their details within 6 months for the sale to go through. So, ideally they purchase the NFT, then the person on the other side then sends them everything that they need to purchase the house. Just a lot of things to work through there. That we talked about DigiPhysical last week on NFT Live. That is a problem with DigiPhysical. If the original owner gets, say, the NFT from the company, and I'm just using an example, follow me down the rabbit hole. If they have the NFT and physical piece, what if they sell the actual NFT next, and then the NFT, once they get separated, which it can be easily done, a lot of things can get wonky at that point. When you have the DigiPhysical where one lives on the blockchain, the other lives in the meat space, how do you clearly identify that that's even the same physical object that belonged to the NFT? I guess you could QR code it. I'm just thinking out in real time. Jason Moffat saying, enjoying my new profits of XRP and ADA though. That's another thing I love to quote, fellas and ladies. Do you want to be right? Do you want to make money? If XRP has these little stories come out that they're able to, get a punch on the SEC and it goes up 30%, do you want to be right? Do you want to make money? Same thing for Cardano. All the OGs are going to say, what the hell is Cardano doing? They haven't even launched smart contracts. They have no ecosystem. So Marty McFly saying, why are the lads so hard on Cardano? Honest question. Clearly BNB is challenging ETH, is it not? Yeah, I mean, people see the growth of Binance and they see the ecosystem that's built out regardless of how centralized it is. I think with Cardano, that the question becomes, why is it a top 5 project, top 10 project, and really the ecosystem isn't there? But I would love some responses in the chat to that comment there by Marty. Appreciate that question. As Marty's sitting on a 40x bagger with Cardano. I have not looked at Helium. I know a lot of people have been sending me Helium, so I might need to look into that a little bit more. Jason Moffat's also saying, I pulled out of XRP last night and put it into BTC. There you go. Taking profits. Taking profits like a champ. And Tigbo saying, good convo today. Okay, we are through quick news, and we are into some good pieces within NFTs and within DeFi. So this was one of the maybe worst kept secrets in the NFTs. We had Wax kind of come out and create MLB.tops or MLB. I think it was MLB.tops. And create a couple Wax addresses that essentially leaked that MLB was coming to Wax. And then they actually put out a newsletter. I wish if someone has that, send it to me in Discord. They leaked a newsletter that was supposedly supposed to be for Funko, but the headline of the actual newsletter with the Funko image was MLB is coming to Wax. So they released that about 4 days too early. Let me see if I can get that. If you guys do have that, hit me up. But we have Tops. And we knew the IPs that were with Tops, and Tops is associated with Wax. So we kind of knew one day if that narrative was there, if the NFT narrative continued to go, that the IPs from Tops will come to Wax. And here we go. Tops launching first official Major League Baseball NFT card series. I'll see if I can get into the actual... Decrypt needs to do a much better job linking out to the actual piece here. Come on, guys. All right, here we go. So here's the actual press release from Wax. We can see kind of the rarities here. This is going to be on April 20th. We see the kind of releases here. We see the cool part is a lot of these cards are going to come with signatures. I'm a big fan of these signatures. We got 5,000 packs, or 50,000 packs and 24,000 packs. So I believe the total raise, if they sell out, which betting men would tell you they are, is going to be around $1 million. Got you the Alpha Late here, fellas. Reserve a free opening NFT or a free opening day NFT pack. There were 10,000 Wax wallets that could have signed up. And then you can see the different releases here. The ones I'm looking for are the autographed pieces, really cool. Legendary exclusives. There's also an event exclusive. This is one that I'm looking at, guys. Event exclusive. What do you think that means? Probably has something to do with purchasing the NFT and getting access to an event. Maybe even behind the scenes, you get to go out with the team. They've been doing a lot of things with burning within the Wax ecosystem, where you can burn. I know they did this with Street Fighter. You could burn 5 cards and get a better one. Looks like they're doing a little bit of that. So that is the MLB announcement. Excited for this drop. I'll say one thing. Well, let me say a good thing before I say this other thing. Guess who's hosting the MLB Wax Sale Day in an official collaboration with the Wax team? Guess. Just guess. Take a couple guesses. And in conjunction with that sale day, guess who gets free packs to give out to their biggest holders? Who could this be? Until I see some guesses, I'm not moving on. I see some coming through. I see. You're scalding hot here. Easy in Crypto's scalding hot. Nick Swervis is a little bit off. Red Hand is close. You got. It's getting consistently farther away from the actual answer. So I got Cuban, Lohan, The Beard, Terry Crews. And the answer is LADZ. The answer is NFT Live. We will be hosting the MLB Sale Day in an official collaboration with Wax. They will give us packs to give away to the lads. So excited to be doing that. Kind of leak that announcement. So shout out to Jassy and the team there. We will be working with them to do Sale Day for the MLB release. Super excited. All right, guys. The answers here. And Greta is finally how I will shut off this stream. How dare you? The other piece of this, guys, we are, as kind of the announcement in Substack for Season 1, we're reverting some of these sponsorship revenue pieces, right? We're reverting that to the DAO Treasury. So whenever we work with a team like Wax, we also have another announcement we'll make shortly of a sponsorship collaboration. So Wax is one. We'll get you guys the other one here shortly. A portion, and we're in between 10 and 20% of that will go into the DAO Treasury, of which the nobles will be able to start voting on what to do with that. Hopefully we can buy some NFTs for you guys. Can't give you guys revenue, as I do not want to end up like XRP. But we can do some interesting things with those funds. And we can vote on, NFTs to get and then distribute. Maybe put it in the city. It's endless. I could be on a 10-hour call talking about DAOs and treasuries and things like that. Ronan's saying we should get Tommy to drop into that sale day. That is an epic, epic guest to have on that day. 1,000%. Love it. We're announcing that apparently. I am making that happen. I don't know what it's going to take, but we will get Tommy Wilson. Okay, guys, that's it there. I don't want to FUD anything, but XCloud did put it up in the chat, and this was what I was going to say. The Godzilla drop did not do that well. I got a couple of my buddies into Wax trading cards via Godzilla. Didn't do that well. So we will see how this does. I'm sure it's gonna I'm not concerned if Wax is gonna do well, and it just clicked in my mind the other point that I did want to make with you guys, the fact that they're doing this in credit card form. So this is gonna be credit card via Wax Wallet. there's some tokenomics game theory here at play of what the actual token would look like if they sold these in wax. So there was a little bit of a pop after this announcement. I think it was down to like 22 cents. Popped off the announcement this morning. As we can see, 25 got up to about 27. But this is credit card. So someone gets into wax via credit card. They're paying USD, receiving these NFTs, and then potentially selling into wax, and then potentially selling that wax back into fiat. Where is the buying pressure there for wax? Where is the buying pressure there for wax? It's, if anything, from these drops, there should almost be a portion that is allocated to buying back wax. Because where does the buying pressure come from? No one's buying wax to then buy into the trading card drop. It's USD into wax, and then they sell wax for fiat. I'm just wondering if that would have a better effect on the token price if these sales actually affected it in that way. So, taking off my finance cap here, and maybe you guys can think of some interesting other theories or processes that could help the wax token, because we see all of these announcements and wax doesn't really get that much movement. So, I'm excited to work with these guys though. Love the team, love what they're coming out with. MLB is one of them, so that would be dope. Okay, we have a big piece of news here, obviously, so I'm not going to fly through it, but I didn't want to have the biggest episode today. Alien Worlds. We've had Michael Yeats and the Alien Worlds team on for, I believe, about 3 episodes in the course. So those of you that are saying, where's the alpha? Where's the alpha? Where's the alpha? We had Alien Worlds back on before they launched. So if you were interested in that, we had Michael Yeats on, we had the team on, we were in talks with them very early. And my God, check your Wax Cloud wallet if you have any Trillium, aka the token for Alien Worlds. It leaked. Not sure how it made its way onto MXC. It is almost at $7. It's at almost $7. Which, by the way, that's, if you're wondering what I think about this price, for those of you that are the fully diluted market cap stands, you're not going to want to know what that number is at this price. So we'll go to the total supply. We'll get to some of these stats here. But Alien Worlds is at 650. If you got involved early on, you are doing very well. Just in time for Alien Worlds. We actually don't have, since that show on the 20th is about 8 days away, Tuesday. I'm getting a question from Ronan here. What time's the show? Usually it's in the middle of the day, right? So anytime from, I mean, when is the release? Do we have a time? Maybe somebody can look that up while I continue on. But let me know, because it's going to be directly around that sale day time. So the price, again, there's some comments coming through. This fully diluted market cap number, I'll tell you here in a second, it's not going to end up at 650. It's being traded at a premium. I'm not a fully diluted market cap guy. I trade on circulating supply, and even that. What is that, a 5 billion circulating supply? Yeah, that, guys. Let's even say, yeah. $30 billion market cap. Let's see where that is. Puts it right above Uniswap. Right above Uniswap. So that's a circulating supply. That's not even fully diluted supply. So if you think that it's going to stay here, I would be absolutely shocked. So we will see where the current circulating supply is while we go into this. Oh, let's touch on this story really quick too as we go forward. So there's going to be some farming that's related to TLM being on the launchpad. So users are going to be able to have BUSD and BNB be able to be staked to farm TLM in this upcoming drop. So we have the announcement here. Introducing the Alien Worlds TLM on Binance Launch Pool. Farm TLM by staking BNB and BUSD. Binance is excited to announce the 19th project on Binance Launch Pool. Users will be able to stake their BNB. This is live, by the way. Be able to stake their BNB and BUSD into separate pools to farm TLM tokens for 30 days starting April 7th. Binance will then list TLM into the innovation zone. April 13th, tomorrow. And open trading with TLM BTC, TLM BSD, and TLM USDT. Maximum token supply, 10 billion. Give me some quick numbers, fellas. At $5, $50 billion total market cap. Puts it right above, puts it in the top 5 of all cryptocurrencies. And I know these are circulating supply numbers, but when it's that ridiculous, we'll see where it goes. We'll see where it goes. Animoca Brands and a couple others had some private sales where they were buying up some tokens. Back to the details here. Launchpool token rewards here. That's going to be available for BNB and BUSD stakers. Initial circulating supply is here. 1.2 billion. Couple more things here. These are just basically details. So I've got Ronan in the chat saying he assumed I had the alpha. I did have the alpha. I announced it. Now you got time to go research it. Listen, guys, there are 1,000 million to the second power projects in crypto. If I bring it to your attention, then you go do the research. And I'll do my job to get the guys in LADZ to drop you more projects on this channel. And that's only going to increase over time. But then you guys got to put in the legwork there. Yeah, and Carrots is saying, I mean, XRP is almost at 65 billion. I'm assuming fully diluted there. That's where the fully diluted meme starts to come into play. So, it's fair. The only reason I was saying that, again, was the current circulating supply is pretty large as well. All right, here's another piece that I want to bring to everyone's attention. And I'll go directly onto Alien Worlds now. Who's a absolutely who's who of things that are going on in... I mean, what's happening with Alien Worlds over the past week, aka the last 24 hours, is insane, by the way. According to DApp Radar, the #1 DApp in the entire world. $9 billion staked into Binance. That BUSD and that BNB that I was just telling you about, there's $9 billion staked for these rewards. And you can just see the ticker go up, by the way, on the hours. This is just from Alien Worlds' Twitter. Volume's up 1,000% in 1 week. We're going to continue down here. You'll see the change. Oh, climbing the charts. Look, we have number 2. This was about a day ago. So now they're 1. This was 2. They were following NBA Top Shot April 11th. Let's continue going back here. 8 billion. So, obviously, along with this, players within Alien Worlds are going to be able to, essentially send their different assets on missions to a Binance world, which is a part of this collaboration. So there's going to be a Binance planet. A lot of the planets in the Alien Worlds ecosystem are available to actually buy land on. Binance is not going to be. Basically, you're going to be able to. It's a gas planet, aka you're not going to have land, but you're going to be able to farm TLM on this planet. So a lot of times, when I'm talking about Alien Worlds, especially because it's such a complex project, you're going to have to go in and really, really dive deep. I could spend a whole episode on Alien Worlds, but they're launching on Binance Launchpad. We'll see what that does to the price. A lot of tokens have pumped on listing. I showed you guys the TLM price already. That's probably trading at a massive premium on MXC. So about $19 million worth of volume. We talked about the price. Along with this, if you have Trillium, you have to teleport it over to Binance Smart Chain, by the way. There's an ETH, I believe there's an ETH teleport as well, but you have to move it from Wax to either ETH or more likely Binance Smart Chain. So if you own any Trillium, that's what you need to do before sending it into Binance's exchange if you're looking to trade off this announcement and what have you. Not investment advice, boys, ladies. I showed you guys this earlier in the episode, but it looks like PancakeSwap is also doing some interesting things here. So we got a launch pool with rewards. So 30 million TLM tokens up for these rewards. You stake cake to earn TLM tokens. So standard DeFi procedure here. Get some total value locked in the protocol. 30 million TLM up for rewards. DeFi users continuing to win. And that is... Let me go through some of these comments. Ronan also had a question. He said, what does all this mean? I hate that I'm so clueless about the financial side. So I can touch on specific questions, but basically going over the tokenomics is just looking at the price and looking at the market cap. Right? So, I mean, you're taking into account fundamentals, but again, without the specific questions, I start to go down a rabbit hole myself. But what we're looking at is whether a project is, and not investment advice, overvalued or undervalued. A lot of great comments, people coming through with the times. Love that. EC, shout out to you. Main chat is going to be a little... I'm going to need you guys, if you're sending me info, send it to my DMs, not LADZ City. Because it's a little hard to keep up when there's a lot of stuff going on in the city right now. It's busy. Traffic jam. People going home from work. So Ryan Dunningham is getting at my sentiment here. People are going to sell on release here. It's likely up 100x, if not more. That's just off the top of my dome. Yeah, Donamo is saying, what you're telling me is that clicking a few times a day, just maybe in theory 5 figures, makes no sense. Welcome to crypto, mother. Almost got in trouble with YouTube there. If you're shocked at this point that clicking around a few times on a page and risking getting involved with the project is going to return you 6 figs, that's where we're at. But like I said, we'll see what this price looks like once it hits Binance. Once it hits Binance, we'll see what this price looks like. Right now, it's trading on MXC. Got some miners of Alien Worlds here. There's some assets that go along with this, by the way, if you have NFT assets in Alien Worlds. Dude, a lot of great comments coming through with TLM. So there's a teleport feature. Some of you guys are asking for it. If anybody wants to actually DM me, again, DM me on Discord, the teleport link, I can do that. I know it was closed for a little while, but I think it is open. So if you want to DM me the teleport address so I could drop it into chat, that would be great. The Daniel is saying, look at the project yourself. If you feel it's going to go places, you can take a risk. If you don't, then leave it alone. Exactly. It's your choice. That's what's awesome about crypto. I love to have the lads here because we have such a hive mind. Again, not investment advice. But that is the benefit of having the lads here in Lad City, kind of breaking down. Bruno does a great job. Shout out to him. A lot of you guys. Jason Moffat is saying, I feel like I'm in a Swahili class. I need a crypto to English dictionary. That is Alien Worlds, by the way. Alien Worlds, there's a lot of more simplistic projects out there. I'll just put it that way. Alien Worlds is this DeFi NFT mashup. Team is really smart. Group of really smart guys there. That is Alien Worlds. And you can get stuck like I am right now talking about Alien Worlds for hours. Long hair saying, I have 130,000 TLM and I can't sign up for Binance because I live in the US. What do? I need help. I can't help you with that live here on screen, nor maybe can I help you that off screen. I'm not going to get myself in trouble, but there are definitely opportunities for people who do their research, so can't really help you with that. There are lads in the house in Lad City that you could DM as well, possibly. I don't know that have information on that. So, okay, that is Alien Worlds. That is launching. We will keep track of the price. Interesting case study here. 650. Number 1 blockchain dApp in the world, though. A lot of users. Binance usually pumps different projects. Awesome case study we're about to witness. Last bit of NFT news as I get to some more of these comments in a second. Chainmonsters. I'm looking forward to Chainmonsters. It's basically a Pokemon on Flow if I'm going to do a TLDR. They're going to be launching on testnet, but I did get an announcement from the group here. Okay, I got the teleport link for you guys, by the way. That's the teleport. Again, do your own research, not investment advice. That is the teleport link for tokens. Shout out to Hash Rhymes and Loadmaster who came through. So I did get an announcement from Chainmonsters saying that it looks like they're dealing with some things in Steam. So if we go to this alpha launch information, which I can pull up, I'm going to go down. Our game servers are turning on Wednesday, April 14th. The platform's already already available will be visible inside your player account. Update: based on the current review process by Steam, it is unlikely that the game will be available for download on this day. So, quick piece there for those of you interested in Flow and Chainmonsters. That I've been waiting for this game. I'm waiting to get into NFT gaming. Shout out to my man Kagiyan. I can't wait to start gaming with my man Kagiyan. All right, so apparently NBA Top Shot went live. I'm going to go through the DeFi pieces here, and then we will close out the episode. Top performing DeFi coins in Q1 were not on Ethereum. I want to touch on the overall market, though, right? In the past 24 hours, we've got Uniswap as, in the top 100, the top mover. Why is Uniswap moving? Again, look at this graph. Narrative is volumes are going to increase. DEXs are going to get better. Ethereum optimism is coming. Basically, Ethereum is going to get faster. So a Uniswap-like exchange, which has been hurt by a lot of the scalability issues with Ethereum, is seeing a lot of increase. $36. Binance doing well. Sushi is there. Aave, Huobi token, KuCoin. Those are all exchange tokens. So we're seeing a little bit of a return of DeFi here, at least the big blue chips. Uniswap version 3, I believe, was announced like a month ago now. So they're kind of riding on the hype of that. But that's basically, I mean, do your own research, not investment advice. Uniswap, hard to go wrong with Uni in the future if we continue down this narrative. They're positioning themselves well. They got that VC investment. Uniswap's going to be a player. Sushi's sitting here at 60 market cap. I like what Sushi's doing. I'm not going to throw the debate out again. I'm not going to go to the Lions. So Uni's pumping. Again, not anything like fundamental that came through over the last 24 hours, 7 days. But it's kind of riding the hype of this narrative. We're seeing more people come into crypto. Those people are going to be using Coinbase. Those people are going to be using DEXs. So, big stuff. Let's see if I can't get to the story. Top performing DeFi coins in Q1 were not on Ethereum, though. So, not Uniswap, not Sushi, but Cake and Luna. PancakeSwap up 3,000%. You want to be right, you want to make money. PancakeSwap is the DEX on Binance Smart Chain. So Cake is doing well. Luna's also doing well. They have a decentralized finance ecosystem that they're building out. So Cake and Luna big. Other DeFi protocols like Cake, if Ethereum would have scaled, I don't know if they would exist. They would definitely not exist in the way that they are right now. So love what I see from the build out of these different chains, but I'm not sure they would exist in how large an aspect they are right now. PancakeSwap sitting at top 50 market cap. If Ethereum scaled, if prices did not, or gas prices did not price out everyone. Got a lot of Top Shot comments here in the chat. Shout out if you got one. Guys, if you are here and you're liking the content, please leave a like. It helps the video so much. It helps LADZ City. Please leave a like if you are here. Appreciate you guys staying the whole way through. We'll continue monitoring this DEX narrative. Whether that's a nice play or not is up to you. Again, Cake's already up a large percentage. One of the biggest winners in the last quarter, 3 months. You guys know DAOs are close to my heart. Neptune DAO. Basically, got funded by the LAO, which is like a bunch of heavy hitters in this growing DAO ecosystem. If you don't know what a DAO is, decentralized autonomous organization, they're just basically decentralized guilds, if you will, that are all associated with different things. There's a DAO called Flamingo DAO that this group basically pools their capital together and invests in different NFTs. The theory being more capital, more ability to purchase the big pieces, and therefore you benefit as a long-term investor. LADZ is going to have a DAO. We've already kind of laid out our plans there in end of season 1, early season 2. But Neptune DAO is basically a DAO that is pooling capital to allow, and they say this very explicitly on their website, their only job is to provide liquidity provision for new up-and-coming decentralized finance apps. So basically, if you're starting a decentralized finance app, you likely need liquidity, meaning you need money. So you can either die or not start, or you can go to a VC. And basically, Neptune DAO's goal is to make it so decentralized finance developers or founders, they don't have to go to the VCs. They can instead work with a group of VCs in a sense, but a well-intentioned and not predatory VC that is going to help you scale, help you grow. But again, more liquidity provision enables a better experience for DeFi users and increased adoption for platforms. In exchange for providing liquidity, providers receive yield for their services. This is a DAO with this single purpose. So again, what is Neptune? Neptune is a decentralized autonomous organization that aims to invest in various liquidity opportunities in the DeFi ecosystem. Neptune members pool together capital and then democratically vote on investment strategies. So I bring this story to you guys because I love DAOs. I love people getting involved in complex organizations that have DAO tooling so that people can work together to make things better. In Neptune's case, they're getting together, they're getting a bunch of funding so that they can now provide liquidity to upstarts within the DeFi ecosystem. So cool stuff there. If you're taking a Swahili class, then I basically probably lost you at DeFi. Now we're in DAOs. Keep up. Turn your page to 325. And that's going to be DeFi today. I'm going to talk about Coinbase just a bit. I probably should have talked about this earlier in the episode. Coinbase becomes the latest member of a group aimed at supporting DeFi. Again, just building out this DeFi industry, right? They have joined the DeFi Alliance. Association was founded exactly a year ago. And the Alliance aims to provide entrepreneurs and startups in the DeFi space with meaningful support and guidance with respect to trading and applicable regulations. There's a little bit of kind of Trojan horse with Coinbase, the biggest centralized exchange, joining the DeFi Alliance. But cool to see Coinbase getting involved, I guess. And then we have Coinbase, the Coinbase IPO. Probably a larger story than I can hit in the next 5 to 10 minutes. Coinbase is going to do a direct listing on NASDAQ. By all intensive purposes, they're going to come out at $100 billion market cap. You have Eric Voorhees here talking about Google's IPO at $23 billion. So just for reference for those paying attention earlier in the episode, Alien World's initial price offering is sitting around Google's IPO. I know there's inflation in there. I just love that's why you do not trade on fully diluted market caps, because it gets wonky. Like things like I just said. Alien World's coming out higher than Google. So we have the Coinbase IPO coming out at likely $100 billion. And the real question is what is going to happen? This is the biggest story in crypto right now. I know it doesn't have like the degen narratives and all the cool things that we talk about in crypto all the time, but it is the biggest story. This is the biggest story in crypto right now. What it does going forward, what it does for Bitcoin, what it does for altcoins past Bitcoin. Absolutely the biggest story. As you can tell in this article, or Twitter posts our articles. By the way, shout out to XPlow who got himself a pack. I see we got a lot of congratulations for my boy XPlow. Shout out to those who got in there. Employees are going to be making millions in this, and they're going to be able to sell instantly. On the other hand, Coinbase is the biggest exchange by far. They announced $800 million in profit out of like 1.8 in revenue. There's a lot of people saying it's going to pump. There's a lot of people that's saying it's going to dump at a $100 billion valuation. The bigger story in here too, fellas and ladies, is going to be what it does for Bitcoin. And I'm throwing this your guys' way. What does a Coinbase listing on NASDAQ do for Bitcoin? Some and rightfully are arguing that this is going to legitimize cryptocurrency in a lot of people's minds. You have the coin ticker right there on NASDAQ, one of the largest exchanges in the world. I need to start calling this like an XPlow Live. My man is springboarding himself into the conversation every week. Oh, XPlow. Crack me up. Dynamo is saying Coinbase does need to diversify. Motley Fool suggests 86% of its revenue comes from the transactions only. Great in a bull market. Not so good in bear times. Definitely do your own research. That's fair. They reported $890 million in profit in Q1, but it was one of the biggest booms in crypto that we've seen since 2017. What happens when we get into a bear market? What happens when we get into a bear market? 86% of its revenue comes from transactions, mainly retail, I believe the revenue is coming from. So I think there were a couple other people who thought maybe the employees who could sell immediately are going to be selling into BTC. Maybe they're going to be buying up. So newly minted millionaires possibly coming down and buying some shit coins. A lot more to go along with this Coinbase IPO. Let me see if I can't bring it up. See some of the top comments here. I know there's some good ones. The obvious question is Bitcoin going to pump or dump after the IPO? Is this going to be any type of movement on Bitcoin itself based on the Coinbase IPO? So you kind of get the general feel, right? You have the top comments here about Coinbase IPO. It's going to catapult crypto. Maybe a tad overvalued from Eric Voorhees here. And the best thing, in my opinion, I mean, I wouldn't say the best thing. Oh, look at Zach Prince here buying some BTC. Buy some LADZ. Oh, I'm joking. Don't buy any LADZ. Do your own research, Zach. The best thing about this is the exposure people are going to get to BTC, right? They can get crypto exposure without getting exposure, essentially. Going to normalize, I think, crypto in a lot of ways. Brian Zator is talking XRP. Beetlejuice is saying, should I pick up some MyPillow stock? It's going for bird seed, literally. The first time MyPillow has appeared on Layer 1 Live. So there's that. MyPillow shill on Layer 1 Live today. Do your own research. Apparently, Nas invested in Coinbase. But love Meltum's comments here. We touched on these newly minted millionaires. Anyways, guys, that and ladies, that is the episode. Shout out to everyone who stayed all the way through. Shout out to everybody who got an NBA Top Shot pack. Roham's been planning his packs around Layer 1 Live. I wonder why that is. Gonna go back to the schedule really quick. See if I can't hit this. This is the schedule for the week. We do have that Drippy sale at the end of the week as well. So Drippy sale on Friday. We see Layer 1 podcast tomorrow. NFT Live, Easy Street, LADZ City Radio, NFT Arcade, LSOP. And that is the week. Jason, I'll make sure to bring some Swahili class textbooks for you. Appreciate you commenting along. Thank you guys so much for the nice words. Coming in with the comments. Love it, man. Let me look. We're doing this together. Jason, I don't know if you participated in any of these yet, but here's what we're going to do. Let's see if I can't bring up a Brave browser really quick. And we're going to drop some LADs. All right, guys, while I get this earn code ready for you guys, again, we have the schedule. This is kind of the week that we have prepared for you guys. Expect a couple more applications, Google Form applications, giveaways that have to do with drops or giveaways. My man Carrots. Okay. All right. What better way to drop this episode here? Again, great time with you guys. Appreciate the comments. Just pinned the rewards link there. And I will see you guys tomorrow on Layer 1 Podcast on NFT Live. Can't wait for Easy Street. Can't wait for everything that's coming to LADZ City. Thank you guys so much. Our vibe, our tribe. And as our man the beard likes to say, happy trading.